What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? What up? Hunter, first one in here, followed by Iron Master, Matt Murdoch, Tom, Captain Creative. What's up, everybody? Going for Howard the Suck? No, I'm not going for Howard the Duck at all. Just milestones, man. Just give me them milestones. Oh wow, your guys' names are very red today. It's a, it's almost like the big D color red. Very, very red. Give me one sec. Forgot to do that. There we go. Taylor Bust, sent it over $1 already. Taylor Bust, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it as always, man. But you know what we gotta do. There's no way around it. It has to happen. Are you ready for it? Good, because here it comes. Slap. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. Was there any message? I'm guessing no. But there was one message here. Even got late notification. Gotta love YouTube, man. But you still got it. Thank you, dude. Alright, but anyway, what's up, everybody? Who else we got in here? So we got EZ, Star, Gutta. What's up, guys? Alright. Are you gonna buy eggs? I already got the eggs. There's one egg that cannot be purchased, which I'm really pissed about, man. They won't let me have it. They won't let me have the mega egg or whatever it's called, the GMC version. But all right. Anyway, let's get on with it, man. Let's get a tweet out. You know what? Last time I didn't put it on screen. Not gonna forget again today. Dearest at Marvel Champions. So, Cav difficulty coming soon, huh? We'll just leave it at that. Maybe we should say, let's talk about that. Bring us now. Alright, tweet. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't have a whole lot to say. I just, I figured it's going to come up tonight, so we might as well put it in the tweet, man. It's an easy tweet to send out instead of trying to come up with some stupid thing to say. But yeah, Road to Cav, if you guys have not seen it, there's a little post. Not a ton of info, but over the next couple of months, they're going to be, I see it as like an open beta, which is pretty cool, man. I actually think it's a pretty good idea. The way they're going about it. A lot of people recently have been talking about wanting to be more involved in the conversation about how content is made and give feedback and not just have that exclusive to betas or people in the CCP and stuff like that. So this is cool, man. It actually opens it up to everybody. So yeah, for the next 2 to 3 months, I think they said, it's going to be, what's it called? I think it's just going to be a difficulty added onto the side event or something like that, just so they can kind of test the waters. Something like that. Cav difficulty is for suckers. We need Abyss difficulty. Whoa, settle down, man. I haven't even done the Abyss yet. I would hop in there though if there was an Abyss difficulty. I'd be like, all right, time to do the Abyss right now. All right, Jay, J-Maz, thank you very much for the buck. Saying, so BG yesterday at 8 o'clock. You ate o'clock? Yesterday I ate o'clock. It was very time consuming. Ugh, boo. Especially when I went back for seconds. Ugh, a double. Ugh, I feel sick. Boo, Jay, boo. It's Wiz, send it over to Wiz, thank you very much, man. Saying, BG, how's it going today, man? Dude, just like every day, man. I'm feeling good. I hope your day is going well. Working hard on some stuff that can't talk about, can't show you guys yet, but it's exciting times, man. It's exciting times. But yeah, man. Thank you very much for the 2, dude. Appreciate it, man. Let's do some energy dumps. I think my normal energy is mostly dumped, but we got some AQ energy to burn, so I gotta do that. EZ sent it over 2 as well. EZ, thank you, man, saying today I pulled your boy Colossus, and I have questions. Is he rank 5 worthy unawakened? Do I put resources into him ahead of Namor, Iceman, or Sunspot, all unawakened? I don't have a mutant gem, but if I get one, do I use it on Colossus before Namor? So, because they're all unawakened, I would say yes, Colossus, probably the way to go. Technically, for the average fight, you might find Sunspot to be the best out of those champions, but for the average fight, you could just use the other champions that you have ranked up, like your Corvus. And for the times where you need the immunities that Colossus brings to the table, or the armor up, or whatever he has to offer, because he has a lot to offer, then Colossus will be better. So, yeah, I recommend going with Colossus. As far as awakening him over Namor, it's tough. That's a tough question. I'd probably say no. I think awakening Namor is more important. Even though I find myself using Colossus more than I use Namor, you can't deny the benefits of having an awakened and, very important, high Sig level, if not maxed out Sig level, Namor. And yeah, I think it's probably still better to go with Namor. Just don't awaken him until you have a ton of Sigs to feed in. Otherwise, you know, maybe you'll awaken him naturally, and then maybe you can pop the awakening into Colossus, kind of get the best of both worlds kind of thing going. So, yeah. But EZ, dude, thank you very much, man. Colossus, he is a beast for sure. Let's use Namor for this fight. He's absolutely a beast. And yeah, even so, his awaken ability, it matters more. Like, the longer the fight goes on, the more Colossus's awaken ability matters, because you could really ramp him up. But for shorter fights, and even just like kind of average-ish duration fights, whatever, the awaken ability, I don't think it really does too much. So, alright, buddy. I kind of wanted him to use this L1 so that I can get the bleed on myself and then dish out some extra damage. Oh my god, the passive AI in map 5. What are we doing? What are we even doing here, man? Come on, Mr. Sinister. This isn't me trying to build the infinite streak. Can you just use your special? You. I tried to go in. I was a little delayed there. Ugh. And I messed up. So activate that real quick. Pop the L3. Jay, thank you for another bug, saying, alright, fine, BG, I'll tell you about a girl I know that only eats plants. I'm sure you've never herbivore. Ugh, that was terrible. Herbivore instead of heard of her? That only barely works. Oh, Jay. You've been hanging out with Tom way too much. Wait, crap, I think Tom's in here. Tom, I didn't say that. You're an awesome person and a great individual who doesn't need to tell jokes to be liked. You're just a very likable person in general. No jokes needed here. Oh, what? I backed up! Are you serious? He winds up his heavy attack. I'm watching this on the playback. He winds up his heavy attack. I step back and I still get hit with it? Dude, what kind of garbage is this? I wish I had my... I'm trying to set it up in OBS. I need to do some other things first. But I'm going to set it up so that I have an instant playback scene eventually. And we're going to get to watch some of this stuff on the playback. But I could see it myself. It's so messed up. It's so messed up, dude. How you... What the hell? It's because he talked smack to Tom. Maybe. Deserve that, Tom? Nobody deserves what just happened. Oh, man. Damn it. Okay. Anyway. Let's go back in. Well, nerf map 4 too hard. Hey man, we're doing map 5, okay? This isn't map 4. This is map 5. And yeah, they do need to nerf it too hard. Alright, we got one more fight here, and then we're out of here. Thought they were updating map 5 AI? I think they are, I just don't think they've done it yet. Reaction just now should become your intro to all your vids as a future, baby. Ah, God, I'm not even paying attention to these fights. Some of these fights are kind of a joke. Until you get smacked with a heavy attack that you just didn't see coming. Mr. Guy pulled the BG earlier against Gwenpool and AQ, so I feel the pain. Oh no, dude. What'd you do? Are you talking about using a special and then sitting your phone down because you think you won the fight and it's over? And then forgetting that O is against Gwenpool? Dark Elf Dragon sent it over one of them Canadian bucks, one of them loonies, quite possibly half a toonie, saying, "Hey BG, just wanted to let you know, excuse me, that there will be server maintenance this Tuesday for 4 hours, so you won't be able to play MCOC on stream. Instead, we could have some conversation or some stories." Ooh, interesting. Well, I'll have to plan for that, because if there is maintenance during my normal stream time, maybe I'll just change my stream time, or yeah, maybe we could do something else. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what something else would be. I can't tell stories for for 2 hours, man. I don't have that many stories in me. But okay, dude. Thanks for the heads up. I actually was not aware of that. Mr. Cookie Liz, what up, BG? How's the stream going, dude? It's going good, man. Just getting started here. I just got destroyed in Alliance Quest by a map 5, by a wild man in map 5 that connected a slap, a Doom bot, connected a slap even though I dashed back. So, you know, good times. But yeah. You tangent for 2 hours every night? That's true. I could probably do it. It's probably no problem. Check my account. Sorry, man. I don't really look up accounts. There's not really much I could check just by looking at your profile. And I got to keep the grind going, man. There's many units to be earned. Many units to be earned. But yeah. I honestly, man, I'm pretty I am pretty excited about the Road to Cav stuff coming soon. I really wish there was more to talk about, because like I do want to talk about it, but there isn't a whole lot to say. But I am excited, man. I'm excited to see what it's all about. I'm excited to see if there's been a shift from kind of the design philosophy a bit from what was put on the platter for you know, Act 7 beta and all that. But right, Dark Elf Dragon sent over another one of them loonies. Now we're talking about a full toonie, saying it'll be therapeutic. We could talk about gaming life. I mean, that's what we do all the time anyways, the thing, you know. But, you know, maybe I could get a couch. I don't actually own a couch. But I haven't owned a couch in many years. But I could get one. Maybe I could find one. Someone's like throwing it out on like bulk night or something like that. And I can get a couch in here, and then I could set up the camera and just lay on it and talk to you guys like a real therapy session, you know. I mean, I don't know if they even do that in actual therapy sessions, but that's how they do it on TV and movies, right? So, yeah. BG, who should I rank up? 5-star Proxima or Cap Marvel to rank 3? Probably Captain Marvel is what I'd recommend. In my opinion, all-around better champion. Not for absolutely everything in this game, but for a lot of things, easier to use and more powerful and all that. So, rewound and watched that death a few times. I don't know what happened, but that was the slap from across the room. Yeah, dude. It's a crazy slap. We got your Marvel movie that you haven't seen yet. Just put a TV behind so you can see it also. I can't do that, man. I will get banned immediately. And my streaming privileges will be revoked from YouTube. So yeah, that is definitely out of the question. PG trying to get through Act 5.3 and 5.4. Who should I focus on ranking up? All are 5 stars and Unawakened. Corvus, Wasp, Thing, Void, Morningstar. I feel like there was a part 2 to this, maybe? Maybe not. Okay, so 5.3 and 5.4. You don't want to go with Void, Unawakened. I would probably not... I mean, I wouldn't really recommend Morningstar Unawakened either. She can be played Unawakened, but I'd say probably Corvus. Without knowing the rest of your roster, probably someone like Corvus, whether you're running Suicides or not. If you're running Suicides, then just 100% Corvus. But regardless of your Mastery setup, Corvus might be the way to go. Unless you already have some other powerful Cosmic Champions, and in that case, you might need to balance out your roster a bit. And, you know, Thing is a great option to rank up, doesn't need to be Awakened. Wasp is decent. She's a bit of a glass cannon in the right hands. She can be powerful, but she's also very easy to kind of knock down and end up burning your resources. So... probably lean more towards Corvus and Thing than any of those. So BG got a 6-star Thing yesterday. Nice. Do you think he can complete Cavalier with the Hella Angelus synergy? Jeez, dude, the words, they're all jumbled tonight. With the champion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he can get through every single fight, but he can put in some serious work, man. Yeah, a 6-star Thing. With some synergies to assist him. Yeah, absolutely, man. He will put in some real work for sure. Serious question. Are you the kind of person to put the pickle inside the sandwich or have it on the side? Okay. First off, both. I feel like that was a trick question. You're not going to catch me in that trap. Because if you're going to go through the hassle of getting a pickle for your sandwich, which I fully support because pickles are delicious, you might as well put an extra one on the side. If there's only one pickle, well, then it depends on the type of pickle. If you get a burger, for example, and you have like those flat burger pickles, oh, dude. Oh, I love it, man. I'm not even talking about like the little round ones, although those are fine too, but I'm talking about like the long, I think they're actually just called sandwich pickles. Then yeah, but if you have like one of those, what do they call them, pickle spears or whatever, those don't really fit on a burger so well. So, you know what's crazy though? I think about this sometimes. I don't remember the last time I had a sandwich. Like a traditional sandwich, at least. If you count burritos as a sandwich, because technically it's just, you know, it's a sandwich just wrapped differently in bread than two, like, slices of bread. Then, yeah. But, like, otherwise, dude, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a sandwich. I'm even talking about, like, burgers, man. I don't remember the last time I went out to eat. And I don't make burgers at home. So yeah, I don't know the last time I actually went to a restaurant. It's been a while, man. It's been quite a while. I'm guessing. Oh man, I mean, the last time I went to a restaurant was probably, like, if you count the wedding that I went to in the fall. But you know, they have like specific things that they serve. It's not like you get to pick and you're like, yeah, I'll have a burger or a sandwich of some kind. So yeah. BG sup, Hobbit, what's up, man? Path 2 done abyss, nice. How's you doing, my friend? Hobbit, I'm doing great, man. Sounds like you're doing good too, man. That smiley face emoji says it all. It says that you picked the right path this time, and you did not have to, what's it called? You did not have to come up with some crazy solution and toss a bunch of extra resources that you weren't planning for. So nice, man. 2 down, 3 to go. Dude, you're cruising. At this rate, you're going to finish the abyss before I even start. Killing it, man. Killing it. I like pickles on the inside and outside. Exactly. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Good question, but I haven't had a hot dog in years. I stopped eating hot dogs. I've said this before. I don't want to get into the specifics really, but I don't know, man. You watch you watch you see like one video that I don't even know if it's real or not, but it makes you question hot dogs, and I don't want to put that question into anyone else's head, because you know, I don't care what you guys eat, but yeah, man, I haven't eaten a hot dog in years. I just don't know exactly where it comes from, and that bothers me. I'm also just a very picky eater in general, though, so there's also plenty of other things that I don't eat. There's bazillion things in this world to eat, and I eat maybe 5 of them total, you know? So yeah, it's crazy how much cheaper it was when you do the right path. Only 2.5k this time. Nice, dude. That's not bad at all. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gianna's question, are the Labyrinth of Legends rewards still worth it in 2020? 20k 5-star shards looks like a joke in comparison. Do we get even from side events these days? Yeah, dude, absolutely still worth it. 100%, man. Labyrinth is significantly easier today versus what it was previously. So back in the day, man, people were dumping 20, 30,000 units to get through Labyrinth of Legends. These days, with a 565 Aegon or Ghost in the right hands, kind of spreading out the paths, giving yourself some time to replenish your free revives from the solo events, and maybe farming up a few potions. These days, people can get through the entire thing for free or relatively low cost if they're not patient. So the rewards, they might not be as impactful as they once were, but it's still some pretty good rewards for the amount of effort required. If I could do the Labyrinth again, and I guarantee you, if like all the people who already did Labyrinth years ago, if they were given the opportunity to go back in there, do it again, get the rewards over again, they'd just be running it constantly. You know, they would just be farming it for tier 2 alphas, for the 5-star sig stones, and I'm talking about like the 100 5-star sig stones. I'm not talking about the one singular sig stone that you get. And then of course they, you know, tier 4 class catalyst, all that stuff. It's still really solid rewards. We just keep talking about hot dogs, pickles, and restaurants for so long. Yeah, or what? What's the first part? BG, I find it funny. There's a few serious MCOC questions, such as asking about Mystics, thing, Carnage. Yeah, I mean, I already answered more questions about MCOC than I talked about food. These streams are just a place to have fun. You know what I mean? It's not strictly MCOC or get out type of place. You know what I mean? People are just having some fun. The way you normally talk. But before talking about pickles in restaurants, I already answered a handful of questions. Actually, I have an arena question for once that isn't just a Sparks Bitey cutoff troll. I don't believe you. How long does it take most to get 1 million battle chips saved up? Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. For like, everyone can chime in if they've taken note of how long it takes them to get 1 million battle chips. For me, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've really looked at it, and my arena has kind of been all over the place lately. I haven't been putting in as much effort into the arena as of late. But of course, I still grind a fair bit. In the past, I want to say it was maybe about 1 million battle chips every 3 to 4 weeks. You know, if there was like a featured grind thrown in there, then 3 weeks. If it was a series featured grind, then, I mean, hell, one featured grind alone is like 500,000 battle chips or something like that. Yeah, I want to say it used to maybe take me around 3 weeks to get 1 million battle chips, and these days maybe it's around 4. Maybe, no, probably higher than 4. You know what makes it harder for me to figure it out? Is I open up arena crystals every night, and usually it's just 1, but even that 1 is like 300,000 battle chips a month, and then sometimes it's more than 1. Sometimes I do more than 1 stream in a day too, and I'll pop open 1 or 2 or 5 at the end of each stream, so it's kind of hard for me to say, but I want to say it, for me at least, is not too difficult to get like 1 million battle chips a month, if not more. Son of a banana, my internet died in the middle of the great pickle debate of 2020. Quick recap? The quick recap was both. Why would you only eat 1 pickle? It's silly. Cereal then milk, or milk then cereal? Oh, dude, come on. Why would anybody pour the milk and then the cereal? PG, is Iceman still relevant in 2020? I'm contemplating whether to rank for him as a 5-star in my initial Cavalier push. Also have Emma Frost. Still relevant is an interesting question here, man. Iceman, he can absolutely help you get through that content. If he's your best option, then go for it. However, I think there's a lot of champions that are better than Iceman. I think there's been a lot of champions that are that have been better than Iceman for years now. He was the type of champion that, when released, he had triple immunity, and yet we didn't really need Incinerate immunity. So he was useful, but it always felt like he was maybe balanced a little bit heavier in terms of, you know, like having that third immunity instead of having as crazy of damage as some other champions and stuff like that. So at the time, it felt like, you know, maybe he's not the most useful. And then there were some situations where that third immunity did come in handy, so it kind of bumped up his value a bit. But then, of course, as time goes on, more and more champions come out. You're able to find that immunity elsewhere and have higher damage and stuff like that. So, is he still worth? Yeah, like I said, he can absolutely help you on your initial Cavalier push. He can get through that Crossbones. I don't know if you've done the first quest already, but he's good against No Retreat, since you can just push them to a special 3 without ever having to dance backwards to bait out specials. And he has the immunities and things like that, so useful, yes. Other champions, even more so useful, though. So just depends on what your roster's looking like. Why would somebody take a perfectly fine fruit like a cucumber and soak it in vinegar? Seems wrong. It might seem wrong, but pickles just seem so right. Gigi, what is your favorite thing to eat? Pizza. Of course. But pizza doesn't like me as much as I like it. I don't feel as good when I eat pizza. Not because of any sort of lactose intolerant thing or anything like that. It's just I tend to overeat. Anything that I eat in large quantities. So the further it strays from something that's like really healthy for you, you know, if I eat like a slice or two of pizza, it's like, okay, that's fine. I don't feel bad. But I want to eat like a pizza or two. You know what I mean? Like, there's been so many times in my life where I ordered a pizza and I'm like, that wasn't enough. And then the next time I order, I'm like, yeah, let's get two. Or let's get pizza and cheesy bread or something like that. And then I just feel bad. Real bad. Fruit? Cucumber is a fruit? Dude, a lot of things are fruit and they're just not really seen as it because they're not sweet. But yeah, like, technically. Count tour, please. I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, crap. Today was supposed to be the day. Guys, today is my 4.5-year anniversary of playing the game. Damn it. I missed it again. Alright, in the next couple of days, the next like 2 or 3 days are going to be really busy for me. But sometime next week, for real this time, I'm going to do a full account tour. The 6.5-year update, or 6.5, jeez, I was thinking months. The 4.5-year update, because I missed the 4-year update. So I'll do 4.5, and then in December, the 5-year one. Damn, how did I let... Freaking time goes too fast, dude. BG, May 8th, I was at 200k battle chips, currently at 1.3 million. I'm holding all battle chips until Act 7. Okay. Cody, that's a good idea, man. You could maybe get some refills out of that and use that. Plus, just a nice way to keep your hands off the units. Oh, that sounded wrong. But you know what I mean. Save it for Act 7. Well, now you have to wait for the 5.5-year account tour, yeah. Not surprised you would forget. I'm not that surprised either, Pixie Bell. And yet at the same time, I kind of am. I was trying to be so ready for it. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is Elsa? Elsa is still someone that I don't have a ton of experience with. She seems better than average. I can say that much at least from the little bit of time that I spent with her. But I don't know. BG, where would you rank Carnage out of all the symbiotes? If we're talking damage-wise, he is among the best. But that's the thing about this game is, like, it's not just about damage, right? We're talking about, like, overall usefulness. I don't know exactly where I'd rank him, but I would say Venom is more useful. Venom the Duck is more useful. Symbiote Supreme is more useful. Carnage is better than Venom Pool. Carnage is better than Symbiote Spidey. Probably forgetting 1 or 2 of the symbiotes? Yeah, something like that. How the hell have I lived 29 freaking years and only now learned a cucumber is a fruit? Because it doesn't really matter, dude. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Lasardi, what's up, dude? Saying yes, Tim? Oh, Tim. Looks like Tim's saying what's up to Lasardi. Oh man. What is Tim saying? Now that I see Tim's comment here, I have to go back. Doom best mystic, you're saying? Yeah, I mean Doom's great. It's always so hard to say like any one best because this game is all so situational. And what's it called? It's also situational, and every situation has their own different bests. But overall, it is Doom, should say, is arguably the best. Some people still put Claire above Doom. And yeah, that's just comes down to personal preference and all that, like I said, but I do wish I had a Doom. Sure do wish I had a Doom, especially a nice 6-star Doom. Nice 6-star Doom with a bunch of 6-star Sig Stones. And I don't have a tier 5 class Catalyst, but I do have the Awakening Gem, so yeah, that'd be sick. How do you feel about Silver Surfer? I feel like he could be better. I feel like I wish he was a little bit better. I don't have a ton of experience with him, but I can tell just by, you know, hardly ever seeing anybody use Silver Surfer that I wish he was stronger. Quick question, how do you complete quests to get the level 1 revive and soul event without using energy refill? I mean, you either just wait or you don't. So if you see a revive in a quest, you can just walk over that revive and then you can exit out and you'll get to keep the revive. But you don't reset the map. So if you want to reset the map, you have to beat the boss, which means you have to use all that energy to get there. And if you don't already have that energy, you got to use a refill. There's no way around it, man. Which is why a lot of people don't farm revives that way. It is a method of farming revives, and some people will take advantage of it, but a lot of people, they'll farm potions once they're high enough level, at least, from Realm of Legends. But revives, a lot of times they just come from units, or free ones from the, you know, the solo events. The 22-hour solo events. If that wasn't clear. BJ, I've been recording, or I'm sorry, not recording, redecorating my room recently, and I thought, you know, I'm not sure if my ceiling is the best ever, but it's sure up there. Ugh, Tom. Wow. Boo. BG got a 4-5 gem from Variant. Use it on Quake or Torch, both unawakened, and I can Quake. Also is Venom worth 5-star Science Awakening gem? Do you mean Cosmic? I'm guessing you're talking about Cosmic, right? Anyway, the Quake or Torch, I mean, Quake is useful in more situations than Torch. It always depends on what you're looking for, what you need. For some paths, some fights, you know, Torch is going to be the better answer, but just for overall usefulness, Quake is the overall better champion. As far as Venom being worth the Awakening Gem or not, I probably would try to save it. I think Venom's a great champion. I think he's a really powerful champion, very strong. His Awaken ability just kind of speeds up his ramp up in fights a little bit. It's not totally necessary to play Venom. So if you already have a bunch of other Cosmic Champions awakened and stuff, then yeah, I would give it to him. But if you're still missing a bunch of good Cosmics from your roster that you'd want to awaken, like Corvus or Cap Marvel movie, you know, champions like that, then or Hyperion, then I'd probably save it for one of those that I feel like needs it a bit more than Venom. Did you send you a tweet of my resources as a tracking of battleships gained till Act 7? Okay. Just a what's it called? Just a way of documenting it. All right, I like it. You've got time too. Like, we don't know when Act 7's coming, because it seems like they're putting their efforts more into Cavalier difficulty, and I'm sure there's more than one person working on this stuff, but Cavalier difficulty, which is coming soon, and then the next variant, which, when did they say variant was coming? Did they say August for variant, or was that October? Oh god, now I don't even remember. I want to say August, right? It was her request, last Zardian. It was removed at her request. BG, how would you rank Aegon, Blade, and Nick Fury? I feel like people sleep on Blade these days. Godly regeneration. That's just it, man. That's why I don't really rank champions. I think it's kind of a silly conversation to have. If you need a champion with regen, then yeah, Blade has you covered. If you need a champion to get you through Labyrinth or the Abyss, that's where Aegon shines. If you need, I mean, you know, Nick Fury, I feel like he has higher damage output. It's kind of hard to say if you have danger sense or something like that, but a lot of times you don't have danger senses. So he has higher damage output. He has that second life. He has better synergies for a wider range of champions, at least. So yeah, they all have their upsides to them. It's not really about ranking. It's about finding where they're useful and then using them in that situation and using the other champions elsewhere. I think September was the next variant, or August, one of the two. Okay, sounds about right. BG, maybe I'll stack over 10 million. That'd be sweet. Dude, I've never had 10 million battle chips, but I always wanted to. The highest I've ever stacked before popping them open was, I think, still years ago when I saved up like 2.7 million. I just always end up opening them for one reason or another. Either I need units for an offer or golds to rank up some champions, or there's a 20% gold boost, you know, that comes around annually, sometimes biannually. So open up all the crystals then. The egg is in the crystal vault right now. You can get a new one. Yeah, I already got one new egg. The AA grade AA egg. So I already took care of that. BG umming and erring with a sprinkling of rambling. Must be on a tangent. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. It fits. What's up, BG? Shed, what's up, man? BG, how many ants does it take to fill an apartment? 10 ants. Tom. Boo, man. Boo. Should I invest in ranking up and awakening Namor or Colossus? Overall usage is 100% Act 6. In 100% Act 6. Yeah, so they're both really useful. I don't know exactly which one is more useful. I would probably say Colossus, just overall more useful. Here's the thing about him compared to Namor. His awakened abilities, like both of their awakened abilities are nice, but Namor's is like practically required. Otherwise, you're better off just playing another champion like Colossus in most situations. So unless you have a buttload of Sig Stones to feed into Namor, then I feel like your decision's kind of made and you should go with Colossus. If you do have a bunch of Sig Stones, then I'd probably end up ranking up Colossus, but using the Awakening and Sig levels on Namor. And even if you can't get Namor to the highest rank, he could still be useful, a rank or sometimes even 2 down. You're kind of pushing it using like a rank 3 champion in Act 6. But rank 4 you can still get away with. I know you can request to have your wrench taken away, but can you request to get it back? It depends. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. There was only, I think, like once or maybe twice I took someone's wrench away that they're not getting it back, but that wasn't really their request. That was for other reasons. So, but yeah. 2 5 stars, Ghost and Symbiote Supreme. Who do I take up to rank 3? Yeah, Ghost, I consider to be like the best overall champion in the game. But she does have a unique playstyle that if you're not comfortable with, or you just don't enjoy that playstyle, then don't rank her. You know, you got to rank up champions that you're actually gonna use, not just because someone else says they're a good champ. So, between those two, I'd have to recommend Ghost for just general purpose gameplay. And then, of course, there are certainly times where Ghost is not the answer. As good as she is, she can't do everything. And someone like Sim Supreme can handle those situations. But honestly, a lot of those situations come a little bit later in the game. If we're just talking rank 3s, then, you know, we're talking like Act 5 content, like early Act 5 content even. And Ghost can handle virtually everything in that part of the game. But yeah, test her out, play around with her a bit, see if you like that playstyle. Check out some videos on Ghost, and try to, you know, practice, kind of emulate what the top players are doing with Ghost, and see if you like that style. And if so, then go for it. BG, how's it going? What's up, Jay? I hope by me saying this, I'm not trolling, but your head makes me want to suddenly go bowling. What the fudge is up, Brian? What up, Jay Divine? Dude, oh man, now I just want to get a bowling sponsorship. I feel like I should get paid for having this head. You know what I mean? If anybody out there works for a bowling company, I'm interested. That's all I'm saying. Alright, I'm interested. Was your side piece streaming tonight? Never get notifications anymore for him? Who? Side piece? Or are you talking... oh, I think you're talking to... Okay, I think you're talking to someone else. Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't know who that is. Side piece? Oh, come on! Really? Died here? Oh, man. I messed up. I wasn't paying attention. Attacked into him when he was below 15% health. And then I thought he was going to stop short in his combo and I would just be able to special him, but nope. He decided 5 hits was the right number. Rip. You just got a dog off a blacksmith. As soon as I got him home, he made a bolt for the door. What'd you do to make that dog bolt? Boo. Jay, send it over too. Jay Metz, thanks man. Saying, did somebody say bowling? Perhaps. But only if I can get a bowling sponsorship. I can actually bowl too, man. It's been a while, so my bowling skills, they're not quite what they used to be, but I can get them back pretty quick. I could get my average back up to 200 in a little bit of time, you know. And then Jay Divine said my head looks like a bowling ball, which, hey, if it gets me a sponsorship, then I agree. So, do you work for any bowling company? BG, have you ever polished your head in one of those bowling ball polishing machines? Yeah, dude, of course. I used to go, I'm telling you, I used to go bowling all the time. I used to go bowling like every single week. I was in a Saturday morning league from age 3 until like 17. And then I also bowled, I was on my high school bowling team. Doesn't get more impressive than that. You don't, let me tell you guys, if you want to pull in the ladies, you join your high school bowling team, okay? And yeah, I mean, I guess during that time I still had some hair, and maybe that's where I lost it, because I did want to get that kind of shine going. But worth it. So tweeter dingo at some point? Okay. What we got on the tweeter? What is this? Have a doodle. Hit Mankey from Pokemon? Oh, I like it. Is it just Mankey? Is he wearing a suit? It looks like the button there. It's just Mankey in a suit. I like it. J-Bet sent it over another buck saying, remember I still manage a pro shop. Oh, yeah, dude. I forgot about that. Dude, I totally forgot until you just said it now, and then, yeah, I do remember you saying that. I remember I still manage a pro shop and drill bowling balls for a living. Also, I'm sponsored with Storm slash Roto Grip. Okay. All right. I'm fairly certain, it's been so long now that I kind of forget, but I'm fairly certain I had at least one Storm bowling ball in my life. So, yeah. Man, I haven't, so, alright, the real quick story, I've told it before, so I'll just go through it real quick. At one point in my time, I wanted to become a professional bowler. I don't really know why exactly. I was just, you know, a kid, and I liked bowling, and I was fairly good at it, but of course I wasn't a pro or anything, but I was like, you know, I can, it's not that far of a stretch. If I just put the time in and practice, been doing it my entire life, I can get on that professional level, and hey, maybe that's just what I was meant to do. But I'd always bowled with friends, and you know, I'm like 17 years old at this point, so and I have a car, had my own car, so I was like, all right, cool, man, I'm just gonna start going to the bowling alley by myself and like really putting in the time, the practice, and all that. And the first time I went, I was so bored out of my mind, and realized that, like, yeah, bowling is it's a fun game, man. I like bowling. Like I said, I've been doing it my entire, or at that point, been doing it my entire life. But I only found it fun when I was doing it with my friends. I did not enjoy just bowling by myself. So that day was my dreams. They were crushed, and I had to figure out what else to do with my life. But alright. So BG now basically he's just an ex-girlfriend still hanging around, making everything all awkward. No, I ain't like that. There's nothing awkward about it. Now there's something awkward about it. Damn it. Yeah, is the idea? Yes, I like it. I like it, Star. That's good. Okay. Highest score for bowling? Dude, it's crazy how, like, I almost don't remember, but I'm fairly certain it's 279. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 279. It was like 5 in a row, spare, another 5. Oh man, yeah, I would have to, like, I honestly stopped bowling from age like 18 until now. I refused to go to the bowling alley with Laura because I don't know, I just thought I was gonna be miserable, and I didn't want to do that to her, because I thought to myself, like, man, what if I only have friends with, or only have fun with my other bowling friends while bowling? So I always just, like, found other things to do for dates and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 279. Is it either 279 or 276? Because I can't remember exactly how it ended in the 10th frame. I know it was 2 strikes and then, you know, whatever, either 6 or 9. But I'm pretty sure 279. BG, if you made it to professional level bowler, you could just have your friends come with you entourage style. You're right, dude. That's exactly how bowling works. You get a very large following, easy. It's basically like, you know, bowling is a lot like professional wrestling, I would say. You have your own, like, intro theme song. Lots of people cheering all around as you're walking up to the lane and all that. constantly high-fiving people and stuff, you know. By the way, check this out. My Mojo, he's a rank 4 now. I did some other rank ups, but I recorded it and I'm gonna upload it. But yeah, my Mojo, he's up there, rank 4 now. I did not miss out on this last level up event. Didn't you all bowl the NYCC before last? Yeah, we did. But I actually like didn't really want to bowl, and I was mostly just there like just because, you know, there's drinks and everyone's around. But I didn't really want to bowl. I ended up bowling a bit, but like I didn't even bowl a whole game or anything, and yeah. BG, have you ever tried wrestling before? No. I thought about it growing up. I thought about you know, like joining the wrestling team and stuff like that. I was friends with a lot of people that wrestled, and I don't know, man. It seemed like, to be honest, I wasn't that interested in like the wrestling as a sport, but it seemed like a really good way to get in shape, and I don't know, man. Like all the wrestlers were like very confident and stuff like that, so I'm like, all right, you know, get in shape, maybe boost my confidence, something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I considered it, but then I was like, I don't really want to, so I'm not. You know. Speaking of bowling, did you ever watch the movie Kingpin, BG? Yeah, I've seen Kingpin a few times. It's a good movie with man. Woody Harrelson, right? Woody Harrelson. It's got like the villain, if you want to call him that, in the movie is oh my god, blanking on the name. Bill Murray. Yeah, I've seen that movie a few times. I mean, I can't say I've seen every Woody Harrelson or Bill Murray movie, but those guys are like some of my favorite actors, man. I think they're both awesome. So yeah, them being together in a movie about bowling, yeah, I've seen it. What did the bowling pins do? They went on strike. Boo. Boo. Didn't have wrestling as a sport in my school, even though my state university has a wrestling powerhouse. Interesting. That's weird, because normally I would think a lot like if you have a college nearby, a university nearby that like that's one of the things they're known for, I would think like that entire area, that entire state practically would be way more invested in that sport. The chick from Weird Science, yeah, she was also in it. Randy Quaid, yeah. Woody's the best, dude. He's amazing. He's super funny. There is this movie, the last one that I saw of him in it was like a few years ago at this point. Hold on. I'm looking up Woody Harrelson right now because I'm forgetting all the stuff that he's in. But let me see here. Yeah, this guy does too many things, man. I haven't seen half the stuff this guy's done. The last one I saw was in 2016. It's called the Edge of 17. You know, it's one of those like teenage coming of age stories or something like that. I don't know what you want to call it. But anyway, he's a teacher in that movie, and the way he talks to the kids, the way he talks to the main character is hilarious, man. It's incredible. It's so funny. It's the level of disrespect that he has for the kids. It's great. But like the way he plays it, you know, you just don't see it coming. White man can't jump, yeah. Of course, I've seen that. I haven't seen Zombieland. Venom. I did see Venom on the list that I just had. I saw the Venom movie, but I'll be honest, man, I don't remember him being in it. I also did fall asleep during that movie too, though. So, all right, let me open this back up and see a couple more things here. Now You See Me Too. I saw the first one of that. Did not see the second one. Yeah, I really haven't seen most of these movies. Semi-Pro, isn't that a basketball movie? That is a basketball movie. I don't know if I don't think I've seen that with Will Ferrell. But I remember seeing like pictures from it. Anyway, yeah. Why am I even bothering, man? I hardly see any movies or TV shows. Of course, I haven't seen 99% of it. He was in the the end clip of Venom. Oh, okay. That's why I don't remember. Okay, got it. Last 3 minutes, yeah. I mean, the movie was fine. I didn't mean to, you know, to crap on the movie, Venom. It seemed like it was fine. Because I know I had some kind of mixed reviews when it came out. Some people, I feel like the critics didn't enjoy it or something like that, but then fans liked it, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. Anyway, the movie was fine. It's just I fall asleep during most movies. Like even though I said Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite MCU movie, I fell asleep during it. I don't know, man. That's what I do. I don't get a ton of sleep at night, and if I'm sitting there in the dark for a couple of hours, there's a good chance I'm gonna fall asleep for 10-15 minutes here and there and miss some parts. Critics boo, fans yay, you got it right? Okay. Of course, not every fan liked it too, you know. It's also subjective, but... Brian Sci-Fi Fantasy Grant, good evening, sir. Beto. What's up, man? Long time no see. How do you and Laura watch anything without a sofa, though? We have a... We have a day bed, fighter of the night bed. It's basically a couch. It's like a storage. It's like a storage thing that also has a mattress on top. You know. So yeah. We used to just sit on the floor, man. We would still watch stuff sometimes, but we would just sit on the floor. That's it. That was back in New Jersey, though. BG, can you name 5 queens and 5 kings of this game? That's too many, man. too many. I probably could if I sat there and looked at Aunt May and checked out all the characters and stuff like that, but no, it's too many. I could rattle off like the top champions, some of the top being like Ghost, Aegon, Omega Red, Corvus, Doom. Probably throw Claire in there. I don't know. Quake. Keep with the good streams, BG. Thanks, man. Last movie I fell asleep in theaters to was was Bambi. Oh man. I mean, we haven't been to the movie theaters in a long time, actually, man. It's at this point it's been when did actually, I don't know exactly when, but I know the last movie we went to see was Thor Ragnarok. We saw that movie in theaters maybe 3 weeks after it came out, something like that. And that was the last one we saw in theaters. Who's the best player in your opinion? I don't know, man. How do you even answer something like that without seeing some sort of tournament where every player is involved, things like that? There's no way to tell. On YouTube, at least, I think Invincible is the best. Regardless of how good or not good someone is, you know, anyone you look at, you'll see silly mistakes get made, or you'll see moments of brilliance. But there was just something about Invincible where I could see some of the moves he was making was like a normal player doesn't do that. And yeah, he's just really good. BG, what music do you listen to nowadays? I listen to lots of kinds of music. I listen to like metal, like average throughout the year. I listen to more metal music than anything, but it kind of comes in waves. Right now I've been listening to more relaxing music than anything, I would say. I've had an album from Devin Townsend, not really on repeat, but I've listened to it, I don't know, maybe 10 times in the past month, which is Casualties of Cool. It's a very chill album, you know. I find, like, I don't know, man, it's like the crazier the world is, the more I need to kind of balance that out with just something more relaxing. And it's helped me to kind of focus on some things I'm working on. And then, yeah, I definitely listen to lots of metal music too, though. I also listen to a bunch of video game music for a couple reasons. One, it gives me, it actually like takes me back to playing these games. So instead of sitting down and putting 50 hours into Final Fantasy VII, which I'd still like to do, but of course it's hard to find that time, I could just listen to some of the music from it and kind of get that same feeling, a little bit of nostalgia from it, you know. And then the other reason I listen to some video game music is I listen to remixes that you can put into videos because they're not copyrighted, the remix at least. And yeah, I always like to try to find some good music for the rare times that I include it in videos, because it is pretty rare. But I do like to think about that as I'm working on stuff too. My sister, when she was little, would sing that song from Always Sunny, Dayman. That's a great song. Dayman. Fighter of the night, man. Wait, how young though? Because Always Sunny is probably not the show for kids. I hope at least like teenage years or something. If you're watching that show at 10, they were like huffing glue in that episode, writing that song. Lucio Matos, thank you very much for the 2. Do you have a last message? No, just like last time. Just send it over 2 to show some support, it seems. Thank you very much, man. Definitely appreciate that. BG, you've been exploring Variant 2 the last couple days. Only got 1 quest left, 3.3, 4 more paths till I completely explore it. And I get to whip out my Venom the Duck and Venom, because they get a special note in that quest. Yeah, man. It's pretty fun using those champions in that quest, I gotta say. It's definitely a good time. Life has been consumed by video game OSTs for including in videos at least 400 uploads to see if a certain song will get claimed. 400 separate songs over the past year or so. Dang, dude. I usually try to avoid the music from the actual game because, yeah, there are some. It seems like it's certain companies though. You can kind of expect it. But what's really weird is, like, I'll use Final Fantasy as an example. Sony, or maybe just Square Enix, I don't know. They're pretty strict about their stuff. But oddly enough, it seems like only specific songs out of the entire soundtrack will get tagged for copyright claim. It's weird. But yeah, you could like... I remember looking into that because I was going to use one of the songs. I don't remember the name of it now, but I was going to use one of the songs back in the day when I did my original Labyrinth runs, and I wanted to use it for kind of rolling up on Maestro, because that song, I don't know, it's like it just has that feel to it, like, man, something bad's coming, like something big is going down. But yeah, it's pretty weird. But the remixes, as far as I know, I always kind of wonder, like, if a remix is too close to the original, is that going to be a problem? But so far, I haven't run into or even seen or heard of anyone having issues with that. There are some times where I'll avoid listening to music from a game, though, if I know that I'm going to play that game, because I don't want it to take away from the experience for when I actually play it. So, Celeste, for example. I think Celeste has an amazing soundtrack to it. And I've heard a couple of the songs, but I do not want to listen to any more music from that game. Or like even the songs that I've already heard, I don't want to hear them again until I'm actually playing the game. Game came out a while ago and I still haven't played it, but one of these days I'm gonna play it. EA 100%, I bet. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about EA, but I've never really looked into EA. It's strange, man. It's not really like a greed issue, I don't think. Because, for example, Nintendo. I don't see Nintendo as a greedy game company at all. And yet, I think they've been getting better over the years. But for the longest time, man, they didn't even want people uploading content of their games. And you'd think, like, dude, it's free advertising. What do you mean you don't want somebody uploading a Super Mario World speedrun? Why on earth would anyone have an issue with that? And yet some of these, you know, occasionally companies do. It's weird. I don't really know why some of the companies are the way they are, but yeah. Drum cover soon, BG? Not from me, man. I haven't played drums in a couple years. I miss it so much. I'm still holding on to these drums I have, but where I currently live, it just would not be good. I don't really need like a big space. So I don't really care a ton between like having a home, like a house, I mean, versus having an apartment. But that is one thing that's always bothered me about living in an apartment, is I just have this feeling that is bothering everyone around me by playing drums. And even if I got their approval to be like, yeah, man, just go ahead, it doesn't bother us, that's all I could think about. In Springfield, the apartment that I was in, that was the only one that I ever felt like the sound, just the way the building was built, felt like the sound didn't travel as much, and there weren't as many units surrounding and stuff like that, so I didn't mind. But every other apartment I've ever been in, I just can't do it. One day I'll get back to it though, man. Alright, Martin Flores sent it over Buck. Martin, thank you very much. I don't see a last one from you either. Looks like you're also just sending over a buck just to show some support. So, Martin, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it, man. BG, I'm just starting Act 5. Any tips or things I should know for going for Uncollected? I don't know if I necessarily have too many tips in general, but I will say there are some things to kind of watch out for and just kind of prepare yourself for, and don't let it break you. What I mean by that is a lot of people get stuck in certain spots in Act 5. 5.2.4 is the most notorious for this. That's the first quest that you see masochism in. And it's a roadblock for nearly everybody that gets to that quest. So, just don't let it break your spirit, man. It's tough content, and eventually you'll overcome it. Maybe you're already able to right now, so definitely try. But whether you get stuck there or possibly even before that quest, because there's definitely a bunch of people that get stuck before that quest as well. Just understand that that's all part of the game, and be patient with it. You know, if you get stuck, just back out and do something else. Just continue to grow your roster, and then eventually you'll get back in there and crush the content. You know. What state are you from? Why is the FBI asking this? I'm in Washington. No, I'm Dirty Dan. What? These SpongeBob references. Oh, you know what? I kind of wanted to do a different arena. Let me just load in these champs, and then this is good enough for tonight for this arena. Let's go do the 4-star basic. Gotta start getting some points here. You know my audio background. I've been trying to find the breakpoint for the copyright material, like Tank from Cowboy Bebop. Love that track's first 5 seconds. Amazing for intros. Yeah, it's tricky, man. It's definitely a tricky thing. I always err on the side of caution, and I don't really want to. There are definitely some things where, like, you know, I've heard so many mixed things. I've heard from people like, oh yeah, if you just play a few seconds here and there or something like that, you can't get it claimed, or, you know, there's the whole fair use thing and stuff like that. But there's a ton of misinformation because I think people really don't know. Honestly, I think even if you play like 2 seconds of something, if they really wanted to, mostly Usually it's automated, so maybe it doesn't pick it up by the automated system or something like that. But if a company really wanted you to, they could force you to remove that or take down your content or take the ad revenue from it. And I'm talking about all of the ad revenue, not just like if it's a 5-minute video and 2 seconds of it were copyrighted. It's not like a percentage proportional thing. No, they get all of it. It's such a dick move, man. Because there's even like let's say like Rich the Man. I think there was a video or two where he used my face for something, or let's say Legacy actually, because I know Legacy uses my face in the thumbnails sometimes when we do like our incursion runs. And if I really wanted to, I think I could like get YouTube to take down those videos or something like that. But it's like, well, why would you do that? You know, why would somebody want to do that? You really have to have some kind of chip on your shoulder, or just be that person that's just trying to make money for not actually doing any work. It's a little different, like if you made a song and somebody's using that song, like the entire song for a video, or even like a solid portion of it. I understand, man. You put a lot of time into making that song, and you're not getting some, you know, fair compensation for other people using your work. That's different. But if it's like a second and somebody has a problem, it's like, come on, man. It's like free advertising. Good morning, BG. Enzo, what's up, dude? How many hours a day do you dedicate to your channel? Do you ever play MCOC for fun, or is there always the thought of the channel? Nah, man, I play MCOC for fun all the time. There's many days where I don't make a video, and I'm still playing MCOC. Hold on, it's more complicated than that, though. But Deej just sent over 8 with the upside down face. Deej, thank you very much, man. Trying to see if you had a previous message. Only one I see here is quite a ways up, saying that you like the Venom movie. So I'm guessing this is mostly just $8 just to show some support. Well, thank you very much, man. Definitely appreciate that. My 18-hour Legend stream was claimed for a 3-second music clip. I cannot publish the video. Yep, sounds about right, man. It's pretty messed up. I think that's ridiculous, dude. 3 seconds. 18-hour video. Wait. And it's definitely because of the audio clip, right? It's not just because of the length. Because I couldn't publish my roughly 18-hour last final McFabio video, just because of the length of it, not because of any sort of copyright issue. But still, I know stuff like that does happen. Just kind of curious. But either way. Okay, Enzo. As far as like how much time a day do I dedicate to the channel? It's hard to say, man. There's some days where it's like, dude, I wake up and that's all I think about is YouTube and what video I want to work on, and sometimes videos, because I kind of have an attention span problem where it's like, okay, I have a list of 10 ideas that I want to work on. Let me just work on one at a time, but I can't. Like, I have to work on multiple at a time, and that probably slows me down at times. But anyway, yeah, there's definitely days where it's the second I wake up until the second I go to sleep, constantly thinking about YouTube and stuff. But no, like I never really like wanted to do the whole YouTube thing. I just kind of fell into it. it was always about the website. This channel was only meant to just gain just enough traction that people wouldn't be like, oh, cool, you're making a website, I'll check that out. You know, and just a way to kind of document the process and update it as time went on. Maybe get some input from other people, time to time, things like that. And then, well, life doesn't always work out the way you plan, and I'm not very good at programming, and although I didn't originally intend to start out the whole YouTube thing, it ended up being a lot more fun than programming for me personally. And yeah, I don't know. I've kind of tried to fight it over time and be like, no, man, no, screw you, YouTube. I need to go back to my original plans. But I don't know. As of late, I'm starting to embrace it a little bit more, which is why I'm starting to clean things up, like the layout for the stream, and I am still waiting on some sound panels that will help the audio quality when I upgrade. But I just got a new microphone, and yesterday I was talking about how excited I was because my mic arm that I can like swing in and out just came. So I'm waiting for the sound panels when I'm gonna set all that stuff up, and I've got some other things that I'm working on that you guys can't see yet. So it's not like I'm working on a video, but just things that are gonna be cool to play with in the future. So yeah. But here's the thing. As fun as it might sound to like just play a game and somehow turn that into a profession, I don't know if it's quite as fun as it might seem. Like, if you're, as long as you're playing a game that you enjoy, which I really enjoy, MCOC, dude, it's a blast. But like I've heard from some people who, like, I don't know, it's almost like it's miserable for them to play a game, but they do it for the purpose of a channel or something like that. And if it ever came down to that, then I'd just rather be doing something else. I don't want to like ruin gaming for me, you know? Like, it's too important. So if I didn't enjoy the game, well, then I would just hang up the channel too, and yeah. Anyway, Enzo, always with the deep questions that make me ramble for 20 minutes. But yeah. I like those questions, though. What will come first, BG? Website or bases? At this point, it's anyone's guess. Even though Kabam has confirmed that bases are not coming, they might still beat me to it. Brian has an attention span? Yeah. Ah, damn, BG. Just when you think life is going okay, you get the new guy at Subway. Ah, dude. Lasarnian. That's rough, man. Maybe you can convince him to put some extra, you know, instead of one meatball for the entire sub, maybe you can get 2. Dude, I don't know if you guys ever worked at Subway yourself or had friends that worked at Subway, but a buddy of mine in high school worked at Subway, and it was the best. I never really liked Subway that much, but when he was working there, I loved it. I used to get like the like chicken teriyaki or something like that, man. And normally they like have it in these set amounts. They just like pick up a little tray and they just like dump it over on your sandwich, and that's it. And you're like, you're not supposed to give any more than that. Then he would just take like 3 of those and dump it on there, man. It was great. Waiting for BCOB to drop. Brian's Contest of Bananas. Oh man, I kind of like that. When that comes out, Kabam will start sweating. Dude, let's hope so. BG, show us your play button. I don't have one, man. I never even applied for it. I gotta do that still. Surprised that you haven't gotten tired of this game. Personally, I only do War for the Alliance after 5.5 years. I'm a blast right now with 7 Deadly Sins and MK11. I mean, there's certain things about this game that I don't like and I want to see changed and all that. But, oh man, I still like it. It's just, like waves of... I mean, just like anything, it's not like I've gone like full steam... Full blast from the second I picked up the game. There are times where a little bit my interest is a little bit more peaked, and there are times where I'm like, okay, I'm not super interested in anything right now, but I know more content's coming, so I might as well like just get a leg up on it and start preparing. Keep ranking up champions, keep gathering units for that time, you know. Like right now, we're in one of those lull periods right now, I would say. But, you know, Cavalier difficulty coming soon. I'm really interested to see what their roadmap looks like, things like that. BGA ordered smoking chicken sandwich from Subway, but there was no chicken. At all? I think that's happened to me before too, man. They just leave out the most important ingredient. Careful, man, you're gonna get him fired. Oh man, this was years ago. I haven't talked to I haven't talked to that person in many years, but I think they're like a firefighter now or something. It was quite the leap. from making sandwiches at Subway to being a firefighter. BG, do you think nerfing should be used more, since it seems like certain content in the game relies so heavily on certain champs for quick runs? It's a loaded question, man. I think balance is the biggest issue in this game. I always thought balance is the biggest issue in this game. So, yeah. The way to fix balance, the easiest way at least, is to nerf some things and buff a lot more things than nerf. But it's also one of those topics that no one really likes to hear. No one wants to have their favorite champion nerfed. So, I'm not really going to go into details. And I'll just let Kabam figure that stuff out, you know. World's finest dudes. Send it over to saying last two big man. Also, hi. Alright. Let me see. My girlfriend in high school worked at Subway, and she said her boss was really mean. So my friends and I would go in there when the manager was yelling at people and ask weird questions to bother him. He threw us out multiple times. What? When he's yelling at people? Oh, man. That's pretty messed up. I mean... I'm assuming you're talking about like yelling at the people working there, right? Not just like yelling at the customers. What do you mean you want 3 meatballs? But still, just thinking about it, like, oh man, I see in that situation I just feel bad. Like that guy's probably just miserable because he's working at Subway. And I can't imagine that being a fun time. I've never worked in fast food or any kind of food, the food service industry at all. But I imagine some people like it. But I imagine most people probably don't, especially for a place like Subway. My apologies to anyone out there who does enjoy working at Subway, but I imagine there's not too many people that like it. I mean, you gotta do to get a paycheck, but Dude's probably just pissed off and taking it out on the other people working there, which sucks. Patrick Foley sent it over to Patrick. Thank you, man. Saying, how many hours have you put into this game? I don't know. I really don't know. So, I've done the math when it comes to like how much time I've spent in the arena. And even this is an estimate. But of course, arena doesn't make up every area of the game. But I will say the arena is by far the area of the game that I've spent the most time in. I mean, just look at the number of PvP fights in there. Closing in on 380k. And you can do a little bit of an estimation by just taking that number. Let's just round that to 380,000. Divide that by 3 for the 3 fights in the arena match. And technically, sometimes you lose fights, so you know we could even round the number a little bit higher. But just to try to get some sort of estimate. So that is 100. Just dividing the number by 3, it's 126,666 rounds of the arena. And let's say each round takes 2 minutes to go through, which, if you're running suicides and stuff like that, and you're actually paying attention, yeah, it's like 2 minutes. Technically, it could be less than 2 minutes, but we'll say 2 minutes. So times 2. And that would be 253,333 minutes. Divide that by 60, right? 60 minutes for an hour. And that alone is over 4,000 hours. That alone is 4,222 hours. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And of course, like I said, this is just an estimate, and that does not include time spent in other places. Also, I've been playing the game for 4.5 years, so that would be 4.5 years is 1,642 days. 1642, right? So roughly like 2.6 hours. I usually say average 3 hours of arena each day. But that's like averaging out the days where I don't play arena at all, and the days where I'm in the arena for like 16 hours straight grinding out a feature champion. Just kind of average all that stuff out. And yeah, it's probably a little under 3 hours, but it's a lot of time. Now, here's the nice thing about this game, though. Out of all of those hours, it is extremely, extremely rare that I am just like this, just staring at my screen, focused 100% on the arena, something like that, you know. I'm always doing something else while playing arena. So, I've learned a lot of things while just playing arena, or, you know, watched TV shows, movies, listened to podcasts. I've done a million different things while playing arena. But yeah, at least that'll give you a little bit of an estimate. It's the best I can do, though, since there is no like /played time in this game. World's Finest Dudes send over another buck saying, I actually work at a high-end restaurant as lead expeditor? Expeditor? Is that a... I never heard of that. I'm probably... hold on. My third grade reading skills are failing me. Google. Oh, damn it. It's not... It doesn't have a... I was trying to get it to pronounce it for me, and it's not popping up on Google. I'd have to click on one of the sites. Anyway, someone who facilitates a process is a position or role found within project management, construction, purchasing, production control, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I burned all my right hand tonight at work. Oh, damn, dude. You have to give Arena a rest for a bit, but otherwise restaurant work isn't too bad. Ugh. Dang, dude. I mean, I didn't necessarily mean like all restaurant work. I was mostly talking about like fast food. I'm sure when it comes to any sort of restaurant, it's tough just because I don't know, at least every like all my friends who work in restaurants, they're super busy. I had a friend who worked at a like a country club, and he was like the manager for the restaurant or something like that, man. Dude, that job like nearly killed him. Just so busy all the time. But damn, dude, sorry to hear about your hand. That sucks. Theo Lopez sent it over to as well. Theo, thank you, man. Saying, BG, who was your first 5-star? Mine was Aegon. Dang, dude. Congrats on a good first 5-star. Congrats on an amazing first 5-star. My first one was Iron Patriot. So, a little bit of a difference there, I'd say. Yeah, man. I don't know how much use you're going to get out of that Aegon until you awaken him. But once you awaken him, then he'll be a beast, man. So that's awesome. Thank you for the 2. Why is BG giving us a math lesson? Finished school over 20 years ago. Fits. It's never too late in life for math. When this tangent ends, if ever. Last. The tangents, they always end at some point. Where's your last? Never worked at Subway, but used to work at a Blimpies. No idea if you have those. Yeah, we had Blimpies. Not many, though. Before I read the rest of it, slight tangent. I used to go to Quiznos. Quiznos was my place, was my my sub sandwich place. And then, yeah, they went out of business, at least the one near me, and then my buddy started, working at Subway, and I was like, oh, dude, hook me up. Anyway, no idea if you have those where you live, but basically the same thing as Subway. But we also made milkshakes and smoothies. Ah, okay. Dude, I still remember what I used to get at Quiznos, too, man. They had, like, a... I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was, like, some steak sandwich thing. I mean, of course, it's just like sandwich steak. It wasn't exactly fine dining steak, but it was also much better than if you guys ever had those steakums. Just like the super paper thin beef, I guess, that it's like frozen. But anyway, I remember that being really good. Theo sent over another 2, saying I already have an awakened 4-star 440 Aegon. Okay. Alright, well that 5-star, like I said, you might not be able to take advantage of that 5-star right now, but in the future, man. In the future, that's going to be amazing. You're going to be so happy that you got that 5-star Aegon first. There had to be amazing sandwiches in Jersey not to go to Subway or Quiznos? Wait, what? I said I did go to those places. There were definitely other sandwich places. It's just like anything else, like, it's kind of weird. At one point I stopped going to, like, Burger King was always my burger fast food place. And at one point it just hit me like, dude, I can just go to a restaurant and get a burger to go. And it's actually faster than going to a fast food drive-through, because you can't call that in. I mean, maybe I don't know. These days you could probably order online or something like that and have it ready for when you get there. But I used to call up. It was Bennigan's, which. Bennigan's, man, the only thing on the menu I liked from that place was the burger. But it was $6.50 for a half-pound burger and fries. And they always gave the pickles and all that, man. So $6.50, and I would just call them up, order it, and you just walk right in. You go to like the bar area, pay them real quick, and you're on your way. Way faster than going to an actual fast food restaurant. The food way better, even price-wise. Like, you could talk about the dollar menu or something like that at McDonald's, but $1 for what? For this like tiny little burger that isn't gonna fill you, and you gotta get a dozen of them. All right, maybe a dozen's a little bit much, but you know, it's not like you're just spending $1 and that's it. I know, I mean, some people were, but for me at least, I wasn't just gonna pick up one thing. So yeah, for like $6.50. So sandwich place is no different. It's just, I don't know, man, something convenient, I guess, about the chain places like Subway. I guess, you know what it was about Subway, too? They had that promotion, that $5 footlong thing. That was pretty good, I gotta say. Even though it was a lie, right? Didn't they get sued for only having, like, 10-inch subs and calling them footlongs? Bastards. Theo sending over another 2, saying night BG. Alright, Theo, man, thank you very much. Appreciate all the support, man. Have a good one. Mr. Bennigan's Monte Cristo sandwich. That was a trip to Flavor Country every time. I can't say I've ever had that from Bennigan's. That's one of those things where I'm not even sure what a Monte Cristo sandwich is. I've heard of it before, and I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's one of those things where it's like, just because it sounds like I don't want to eat that, I'm not even going to look into it, and I'll just have the burger, you know? Because again, being such a picky eater. But, yeah. I was really sad when Bennigan's went out of business, because I got food from that place all the time. The like takeout burgers. It's pretty sad. I still remember too, like no one saw it coming. I'm sure the upper management did, but the place just closed out of nowhere, and like most of them. And I remember hearing stories about people who like they didn't even tell. Like they were showing up to work that day as normal, and they would just see a slip on the door saying, "We're closed." And it's just like, what? That's so messed up, man. Yep, went to the Bennigan's on Route 22 all the time in high school. Mike, that's the same place that I went to, man. It was on Route 22. I don't know if there was more than one, but it was Route 22 in Springfield. PG, can you make a video of your streaming setup? I'm going to when it's done in like a few weeks. I plan on it, man. Because there's a lot of changes happening right now, and I want to show you guys. I'm excited to show you guys the changes, but I gotta wait for one more thing to come in. There's a lot of you know, still a lot of delays because of pandemic and all that. So just trying to be patient and wait for all this stuff to come in. What's your favorite fast food place? I guess Taco Bell ended up being my favorite, but I stopped getting fast food a long time ago. I just found it to be cheaper just to go to like grocery stores and just pick up like a bunch of not even necessarily in bulk, but of course sometimes I would just buy things in bulk, and yeah, it just ended up being cheaper. I'd feel way better, lose a little bit of weight, even though lately I've been putting on a little bit of weight. So yeah, I stopped going to fast food places. It also helped that Well, I didn't have a car for a while. It's kind of hard to hit a drive-through on your bike. I'm not saying I haven't done it before. I'm just saying. Ryu sending over 250 of them PHPs, dude. Thank you, man. Saying if we ever get 7 stars, I hope the pool is decided by the community. None of X pool, please. Also, quit my job as a pro TFT player to help the community as a medical technologist. Whoa. Anyways, love you, BG, dude. Okay, that sounds cool, man. And yeah, dude, thank you very much. It would be cool. It would be cool. I mean, I guess for me, what I always wanted to see, which I feel like people wouldn't necessarily vote the same way I would, but I always wanted to see the mid-range champions more represented. If they come out with a 7-star pool, I don't want to see the garbage champions, and I don't want to see the absolute god champions that we've all been playing for years. I want them to be like the mid-range champs that are good. They just get overshadowed by some of the best, you know? There's a lot of fun champions in this game that just don't really get the attention they deserve, just because it's just easier to play someone like Corvus, you know? Or Ghost, or Omega Red. But yeah, man, that's what I always personally wanted to see, at least. But yeah, Rio, dude, thank you again, man. Appreciate it. Can we see a childhood picture of you? I want to know if you were born bald. Why is the FBI asking me for a childhood picture right now? Actually, I don't know if I was born bald. Most babies are born bald, aren't they? So I was probably born bald. I did have hair at one point, and I do have luscious, long, flowing hair underneath this bald cap. Yeah, of course. PG... rewards... Target... Oh, what rewards will I target with the Monarch coins? Have a car now? Oh no, I mean, technically, yes, I have a car, but not really. Like, it's my wife's car, but we share it. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't know exactly what I'm gonna get from the store just yet. The Sig Stones are pretty high on my list, though. I'm probably going to get all the Sig Stones, and then... I don't think they're that expensive, but I just haven't run the numbers, because there's 40 of them in total. So, I didn't... Are they 20 each? If they're 20 each, then it's pretty easy to do the math. It's 800, but I didn't really pay attention too much. So I don't know exactly what else I'm going to get. I'm not going to be getting the 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal, though. I saw that thing. It's really expensive, and it could still be a good value for some people to pick up, but I'm good on Awakening Gems right now. I'd rather pick up other things. Gee, who's more worthy of a rank 5 as a 5-star, Venom or Doom? Doom, I would say. Venom's a great rank 5 as well, but his biggest asset, the biggest thing that he brings to the table, is stopping the Spider-Verse champions from evading. And he could do that at rank 4, and he will just mow over those champions. He's still great to rank up to rank 5 because he's good in other situations too. But, yeah, I just think Doom overall is the better champion to rank up. For most players, most situations. If, however, you're about to tackle Variant 2, that's a different story. And in that case, you go Venom and rank up Doom later. 7-star Yondu, 7-star Rocket, Howard, Moon Knight. Some of those I'd put on the crap end, and I wouldn't bring them back. As a matter of fact, possibly all of them. I don't know. Yondu is probably the biggest argument for a 7-star Yondu being alright. The others, though, not in their current state. If they gave some love to Rocket, Howard, and Moon Knight, maybe, but... Crossbones, I mean, Crossbones is getting some play today, even. Which is kind of wild to think about, because I didn't think that guy was going to see much action ever again, practically, man. But he doesn't crit, so people use him for flow. Or so I've heard. I still don't really pay attention too much to Alliance War. Prefer champions with an involved playstyle like Proxima and Ronin, or do you prefer stronger basic stats? Yes. Both of those things. You know, I think it depends on the champion. I think there's always good intentions when these when the champion designers make the champions. But I think sometimes they kind of fall short. And maybe they're not as well thought out as they could be. And I don't, you know, maybe it's just a time issue where they just don't have enough time to kind of polish the champions as much as they would like, or maybe it's intentional and it is supposed to be difficult to like really maximize the effectiveness of your champions. I don't really know what the case is, but there are some champions that I think they're close to being really cool. Like Taskmaster, I'll say, I'm not a fan of Taskmaster. As a matter of fact, I usually call him Trashmaster. But I don't think he's that far off from having a really cool playstyle. There's just certain things about him that I feel like they were just the mistakes in the way that they were designed. So, for example, you know how you basically copy abilities. You copy the ability that the opponent does. So if they throw a medium attack, you know, and you throw a medium attack, you get the bonus or whatever, right? But sometimes it'll pop up and it'll say, use a special 2. I don't think it should say special 1, special 2, whatever. I think it should just be special. Use a special attack. Period. You know, it's just little tweaks like that that go such a long way into making a champion feel 1,000 times better than how they would currently feel and how they would currently play. In addition to that, sometimes you're also not rewarded for playing those types of champions. So, again, with Taskmaster, he's not that far off in terms of overall power, but the fact that he's not as strong as champions that are easier to play, it bothers me, and it makes me question, like, well, why? Why do I even bother? Why bother playing this champion? So, just little tweaks like that, and I would enjoy champions that have a little bit more to their playstyle. I think stuff like that's fun. Like Mojo. Mojo, he's not super complicated, but he does have like a little mini game to his playstyle, right? And I enjoy it for him. Proxima is one of those champions where I can't really say either way, because I haven't spent a ton of time with Proxima. I don't know what, if I were given the opportunity, I don't even know what I would do to change her, if anything. I think it's, like, intercepting with her is really hard, But she also has like a really long reach on her light attack, and I always thought to myself, like, man, if I practiced with that, that's the type of champion that, like, you are rewarded for it, at least. Right? Like, the way the game is designed, where some areas have damage caps and stuff like that, it's kind of punishing for her. But you can at least say, like, man, when you ramp her up, her special 3 is ridiculous. So, yeah, I just need to give her more time, I think. There's definitely some champions like that where a little bit more time went a long way. You know what I just thought of for a really cool synergy for Proxima? Someone else has probably thought of this before too. But I think this would be cool if they allowed you to start out with like all 3 missions, just like ready to go, so you can kind of work on more than one at the same time. You could argue maybe it's too OP because you could do like parry and heavy, and that would be like 2 missions completing at the same time. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a random 2 out of the 3, so that it didn't always line up and it wasn't always parry heavy just obliterates the opponent. I don't know. But yeah, something like that would be pretty cool for her, as long as it's not too OP. Tweet? You like this, Pixie? If the tangent ends? What? What is the tweet? Rare footage of McFabio on the run from the law after faking his death. Wow. Oh man. What a beautiful image this is. We just appreciate for a second. It's so beautiful. Alright. Let's spin one of these out. I'm not done getting units, man, just because I got really lucky on the units recently. I ain't done. Give me that 225. Come on, kabam. 4,000 hours in Arena. I heard that 10,000 hours is needed to master something, so you only need 6,000 to master Arena. I'm almost there, man. I can get there. PG 1v1 me on Fortnite? I've never played Fortnite. I have no interest in that game. No offense, man. It seems like a fine game if you're into it, but I have no interest. Update on road to 15k. Redid the math and won't make it. Now I got 100% all difficulties on Event Quest on top of all milestones in the arenas with the 22-hour events and 3-day events, and with some luck on Arena. Crystals. Luck on the Arena crystals. I should just barely make it again. Wish me luck. Good luck, dude. Are you also factoring in the calendar? You do get some out of there, although I guess this is the last calendar before the 4th. But there are some units out of there. I don't think there's any units out of the side event this month, right? Well, good luck either way, man. I hope you're able to make it. And if not, you know, it's not the end of the world. There'll be other offers that come around. ABG, how many units are you going for the July 4th? I'm at 7,800 currently. I'm good. I just wanted 15k, and I'm there. I'll get up to, you know, 20k, just in case there's some bonus stuff, and just because I want to save units for the future. But no, I'm pretty much set, I think. BG, I do my 5-star Sentinel. Tom, congrats, man. It's good stuff. You know, I love me some Sentinel. Great champ. Really got Taskmaster. Beside it was Sentinel and Guillotine 2099. Oof. Good counter to 5.4.6 Ultron. There's a few of them. I used Medusa. I know Void can also be used. People used Blade and Stark Spidey. Nebula. A couple people recently said Cap Infinity. I think someone even recently said Symbiote Supreme is someone they used. I know some people used Red Hulk. That fight, it's more about countering the fight than it is about bringing the right champion to it. Loki, yeah, some people use Loki for that fight. I've never tried that method myself, but I have seen it used. Wait, why are you saving up units for July 4th? Because that's the best day of the year for offers. 4th of July and Cyber Monday are the biggest offers of the year. What is your example of a mid-range champion, like, say, for each class? I'd say Man-Thing is a good example of a champion that is powerful, fun, but just overshadowed by others. Here, we'll check it out a little bit. Red Hulk. See, Red Hulk's interesting because I do put him in that same category where he's a good champion, but he is a little bit overshined, or outshined by some. But he's been in the game so long that maybe he shouldn't be included just to mix things up. The Fantastic Four champions, like Mr. Fantastic, I might just be underrating him because I don't have the experience, but based off of how frequently, or infrequently, I should say, based on how infrequently I see people using Mr. Fantastic, he would probably fit that category as well of a champion that's good, but just getting outshined by some others, you know. Let's just move on. We'll go through each class very quickly. Elsa, for skill, to some extent Stealth Spidey, even though he probably gets enough play. Ronin. For mutants, like the new Storm, I'd say is a good champion, but once again, just kind of outshined. For tech, Darkhawk. And again, I know some people use these champions. That's the point, though, is like they're usable champions. They're fun to play. They're powerful. But when you compare Darkhawk to someone like Ghost, it's so hard to even compare them. There's some situations where you want to use Darkhawk over Ghost, but I mean the things that you can do with a Ghost is just, it's a night and day difference. Cole Obsidian is a good example for Cosmic, and I already said Man-Thing for Mystic, Man-Thing, you know, Long Shot. It's not that I want to it's not that I want to bring in champions that are only so strong. It's just I think it shakes the game up. I think it makes things more interesting when you're kind of forced, at least, to play with these other champions, and players would still have fun with it. It's not like you're being forced to play with Joe Fixit. Deej. 7 over 10. Deej, thank you very much. Saying, would you use a Mystic Awakening gem on 5-star Doctor Doom? I'm considering it, but I'm hesitant because he doesn't need it. I do intend to rank 565 him, though. Yeah, it's a really good question, man. I understand completely. Because I think about this with a 6-star. I don't have a 6-star Doom, but I have a 6-star Awakening gem. And I think if I got Doom, I probably wouldn't use it unless I cared about the prestige. So, do you care about prestige? Is prestige something that's important to you? It's not the only thing that matters about the Awaken ability. Like, there is some use to it. It's not like it's a totally worthless ability. It's just, like you said, it's not necessary. Whenever Doom nullifies, power gain buff receives one for himself, gaining 20% max power over 3 seconds. And if the opponent isn't already shocked, whenever Doom nullifies any buff, they have a chance to inflict shock debuff. You know, here's... I think it just depends on, do you have other champions that you want to awaken in that class too? Because if the answer is no, then I would say, yeah, he's worth awakening. Even if it's not just a prestige thing, just to make him a bit stronger. Because he is such a useful champion that's going to get used pretty frequently. So if you can make him stronger, then yeah, you'll probably save some units in the long run, and worth it. But if there's other champions that you really want to awaken, because Doom doesn't need it, you could save it for one of those. What's kind of interesting about some of the other Mystic champions, though, is there's a bunch of strong Mystic champions that also don't really need it. One more time, let's take a look at the list here. So, Claire doesn't need it. Doom doesn't need it. Voodoo needs it. Longshot doesn't need it. Magic, I would say, needs it, even though technically you could play her without it. Like, it's too important for her. That Limbo's too important. Mojo, I think, needs it. Sorcerer Supreme does not need it. Symbiote Supreme also doesn't need it, but it's nice to have. What is Sorcerer Supreme's again? Ability accuracy and the blessings potency increase. So yeah, it's not really a big deal. So yeah, and I'm sure there's more mystics coming too, but yeah, I hope that helps, man. Thank you again. You're actually tonight's biggest D, so thank you very much, Deej, for all the support. Appreciate it. B. Daniels sending over Buck too. What's up, B. Daniels? Saying, so I was curious. I looked at my total PvP fights compared to yours, and you have around 353k more fights than me. Hashtag crazy. That's a small amount, dude. It's nothing. That's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your head isn't big enough, BG. Wrong way. I could fix that if you really want, Hunter. No. Alright, let's set it back. Alright, on that note, guys, I'm out of here. It's late. It's been fun, as always, man. So, thank you, everybody, just for hanging out. Deej, once again, thank you for being tonight's biggest D. And thank you to everyone else that sent over a little something as well. I will be back normal time tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you guys all then. If you're willing to come back, if you're willing to be a vampire tomorrow too. All right. Good night, everybody.